Hey, what's up, y'all? Lately, I've been getting a lot of questions, people texting me and stuff like that. When is it that I'm going to make a video about my acting career experience, or however you want to put it? If you look at my last video, you'll hear me talk about moving to California. Why is that important? That's important because that is when it all started for me. I was at dinner with my brother, and some guy came up to me out of nowhere, and he's like, "Hey man, I think you have a decent look or whatever." He had said, I'd like you to, I have a talent, an agency, and, I'd like you to come down. I did it. I went down there. The guy got me an audition. This audition was interesting because it was an audition at a bar. So there's regular people there. It's this huge place, I remember. It had a great stage. And what I had to do to audition was karaoke. I don't karaoke, man. So I chose two Prince songs. I chose When Doves Cry, Dig If You Will, the picture, that song. Then I chose Nicky, which is a song where he's grinding and stuff like that. He throws himself on the floor. So I went up there in front of this entire bar. I had no idea what the hell I was even auditioning for. The guy's just like, "Hey, show up here. This is what you got to do." I did the best that I can do. I was crazy for sure. Even if my singing wasn't any good, my body motion was on point, right? And about a week later, I was working. At that time, I was working at a valet place. So I was the manager of the valet place, actually in Beverly Hills, 8920 Wilshire Boulevard. They called me at work. I pick up the phone, and the other person on the line says, "We need to know, can you make it this day?" So it was like a check availability, right? And I said, "I can't." And as soon as because what I was gonna ask her was, "Can you, change the date?" That's what I was thinking. Who am I? I'm a 21-year-old dude that has no idea what the hell he's doing. And literally before I even got the other words out of my mouth, once I said, "I can't," all I heard was a click. Bing, dial tone. It was for a Pepsi commercial. Back then, there was a Pepsi commercial that was Ray Charles. It was called Uh-huh. So back then it was like this whole thing with his Uh-huh and Pepsi, and they chose me for it, and I said I couldn't go. Once they hung up on me, fast forward to now, 20 years later. In the interim, I was living in Chicago. I had moved back to Chicago. I was married at this point. I had lost my job, and so I had this idea, well, hey, let me, people have said, "Oh man, you should try and be a model, blah, blah, blah." At that time I was bald head, I was super skinny. I went to this talent agency, to a modeling agency, I'm sorry. I walk in, and I remember seeing this man. I had said, "Hey, I'm here. I'd like to know more about modeling. I think I can do it." And then he laughed at me. The guy laughed at me. Not only did he laugh at me, he laughed at me and then pulled out a picture from his binder of a bald-headed dude just like me, Hispanic looking just like me. He had a goatee and he was beautiful. And he said, "Do you think you can compete with this guy?" And yeah, you talk about a serious punch to the gut. That was harsh. The guy told me straight up, "Hey man, you ain't ready." That pretty much knocked that out for me. Yeah, and time goes on, time goes on. I got married, bills, family, all this stuff. About 21 years later, my nephew, Marcus, which you guys will meet in a second. Marcus, what's up, baby? This dude right here, besides being my nephew, all right, the man has skills, all right? This kid right here, the dude's all over the place, actor, the whole deal, if you want to see and meet a real dude, this dude right here is real. So I could not make this video without including you. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't even be sitting here right now. Because, and I mean that in a sense from the acting perspective, because you pushed me, man. You pushed the hell out of me. I remember, and I don't know if you recall, but I remember that first day that you had called me and you said, "Hey, my friend Mary, has this script. I'd like you to come down and maybe read with us." Do you remember that day?
I do. Honestly, the first comment that comes to mind, you talk about like me motivating you and pushing you.
Yeah.
I definitely did that. I think the biggest thing I did for you, which is something I do for myself and for anybody that allows me to speak into their life, I think is more than motivate, is removing excuses. And to me, that's pretty much equally as powerful, because that's really it. Like, I got to be honest with you. Like, I heard a lot of things that you thought you couldn't do. And I was like, but you can do this, you can do that. Like, even me, like, I don't have the greatest setup in the world, the greatest equipment, but I was like, dude, I'll come over, I'll bring my stuff, we'll do an impromptu photo shoot, and we'll do some videos. And it wasn't the greatest quality in the world, but you know what I mean? We got something done. It got you a taste of the industry, however minute. And I think you got a taste and you just wanted some more.
You know, I had mentioned a little bit about you and Mary in the same room. So it's like I have Heavenly Mary and Heavenly Marcus in one room, and they're both pushing me. Yo, it was something that I needed. You know, it was something that at that particular time was so, it filled my cup. You know what I'm saying? On a professional level, it was amazing, man. You know, I mean, you guys both pushed me to the brink of I'm either breaking myself or I'm going to keep going. And so you took me out of that fear, you know, that I had at that time. See, I remember that day. And I remember that I had to stand outside in the stairwell, and it was cold. It was winter. I had to stand outside of the stairwell and listen to this cue of when I had to come in, you know, and I remember waiting on those stairs shitting. I was shitting my pants. You might not know that, but I was. You know, it was fear, you know, it was fear. It's like, do I walk through this door or do I not walk through this door?
Yeah.
You know, and with your support, I walked through that door. Not only did I walk through that door, I was that character. You know, and that's truly because of your persistence, your belief, and your strength that gave me that strength.
I can comment on, you know, putting a little spark in you. So thank you for letting me know. I'm honored to have had such a role in your life and in your acting career. I don't consider myself much of an actor, as far as like my accolades. Like, I believe in my talents, but as far as like you look at my reels and stuff, I haven't done any huge projects. But I think that's huge. We need someone to believe in us every now and then. We need that extra push. I personally haven't come across anybody who 100% can do it on their own without having a cheering section or somebody behind them or a mentor. Like, I don't know anybody that can do that. I can do that, but only for a very short amount of time. Like, it'll run out after a while. But when somebody believes in your dreams and believes in the same things that you believe in for yourself, that's huge. I had that with hip hop. I've been a hip hop artist for 16 years now. And, you know, I thought I could rap, but it took somebody else taking me under their wing, telling me, hey, kid, you can actually do this. I'm like, oh, okay. And I've been nonstop ever since. So
you got skills, definitely. When it comes to rapping, dude, you're ridiculous. Go ahead and spit something. Let me hear something. You're right off the cuff. Come on, let's go.
be on the spot.
Come on, baby. This is what we do.
It's a verse from a song I did called Battle Cry, and it goes, I refuse to be the same. I ain't losing in this game. I am choosing to remain a man soothing all the pain. You'll be dead wrong if you think you know my story. Far from boring, tears pouring, dreams soaring. I can't even comprehend where my influence will reach. I'm too into peace. I'm incongruent with the deceased. I probably ruffle a few feathers and scuffle with the measures of a man, because the plan is to dance to the beat of my own drum. Positivity and dope music. I am the sum, and I am to some the leader of this generation of pandemonium. I told you, son. I'm molding ones who's holding guns to make better decisions, influence and vision, avoiding prison and share the positivity is the mission. I'm refusing to be another cause of mutiny. I beg and plead until this world takes heed. Let's go.
Get it? Yeah, look, man, at the end of the day, I'm so proud of you. You know, I'm proud of you. Dude, I love you. I respect you. You know, and yeah, I already know where we're going.
Oh, we're kings, baby. We're made for this.
That's what I said, dude.
I agree. We are extremely talented, but being talented is not enough. And I've heard the phrase that, you know, hard work beats talent every day of the week. So if we can combine raw talent with hustle, we're unstoppable.
Well, we're hustlers, too. That's the thing about us, man. Love you here. Cheers.
Cheers. I love you, too. Salud.
All right. Cheers. Salud. Okay? So here I am 21 years later, and I'm trying all these different things. You know, I did this, I'm gonna try this. I took a improv class. You know, It's something I've always wanted to do, so I took an improv class with Matt Bear. He was my teacher. Between my nephew Marcus always pushing me, always positive, you know, saying, hey Theo, you can do it, you can do it. And then you have somebody like Matt, which not only was my teacher, but has become my friend. It's been an amazing experience for me. Here I am for the last 2.5, almost 3 years now, getting into this acting thing. You know, it's something that I really always wanted to do. So here I am finding myself making dreams come true. How about that, huh? Then all of a sudden I get a call and they put me in front of Claire Simon Casting, which is pretty much one of the biggest casting agents, if not the biggest, in all of Chicago. They do Chicago Fire, Chicago PD, all the Chicago shows. And I auditioned for a part. I didn't get it. I didn't get it. You know, I just didn't get it. But she saw something in me. I auditioned for her 3 different times. And the one that I actually ended up booking was a speaking role on Chicago Fire as the main antagonist. You guys should check it out. I just gotta give it a plug. Episode 5 last year called Buckle Up. You know, it was amazing, man. I have always told my son, I have always told my nephews, I have always said it. Somebody in our family is finally gonna break out. If it's not me, it will be my son. If it's not my son, it'll be his son. It'll be my nephew. It'll be somebody, because our family, from the bottom of my heart, know. I'm not gonna say I believe. I know. We're not destined for BS. We're just not. You know, how can you be born with the last name Kings and not be a king? I find myself today doing these videos, doing all this sorts of stuff. I've done improv. I did karaoke. I've been in a play. I've been on NBC primetime TV. You know, I mean, and you're talking about, you walk into a set and here are these professionals that have been here, that have been doing it for years. How is it that you are going to represent yourself? I was ready. I wasn't ready before. It makes me inside personally feel good because I know the guy upstairs was watching me and he took care of me. I'm not gonna get spiritual. I'm just telling you the truth, man. You know, that at the end of the day, I have been watched over all my life, and this is just another one of those things. I got things cooking. You know what I mean? There's things happening. There's a cool thing coming out with Carlos Torres Films. That should be fun. There's some things that are cooking. So I really appreciate you guys taking this cruise with me through my life. I appreciate, you know, you guys asking me questions. And you know what? For me, I'd really like to know, are there challenges that you guys dealt with? Is there anything that you dealt with that you want to share? Please write it in the comments. You know, believe me, I'll get back to you. That's who I am, you know? Do not be scared, okay? Be prepared. That's all you got to worry about. If you're prepared for whatever it is, it's gonna come to, is the correct word fruition? Could be, I think it is. It'll come to life. You'll make it happen. Love you guys. Peace. Peace.
Watch you do my word. Working hard to achieve my dreams. It's harder than it seems. Watch you do my word. Sky's the limit. Gotta hit it till you fit it, revel in it. Watch you do my word. Hungry for change to have my name known. Cause I say so while the days go. Watch you do my word. Cause I stand for a purpose. Watch you work this. Cause I'm working. Watch you do my word.